Hello and welcome to Studio 7. It is October 28th and that means it's officially fall in West Texas. If you're like me, transitioning from one season to the next can be difficult, whether it comes to my clothing, decorating the house, or even cooking. This time of year can also be overwhelming as we're planning for holidays. So today we're going to fall into focus with our relationship contributor, Jessica Phillips. In this week's Style File, we'll take a look at some makeup ideas that make sense as we start to experience the cooler temperatures. Plus, she's one of the best cooks and caterers in West Texas. Renee Elfert joins us in the kitchen with a dinner idea that will make everyone in your family want to kiss the cook. But to kick things off, we're turning drab into fab. I love to change things up around the house that go with the season, but I also like to do so without spending a lot of money. Today, we are falling into fresh by repurposing some things we might have around the house for perfect fall decorations. Jessica Fair is back with us today. We're talking drab to fab, and this is a perfect example of how to take some stuff you have around your house and make it fabulous.
Exactly, and all you need is a little spray paint and glitter and the willingness to try.
And this looks so cute. Okay, kind of walk me through, tell me, this did not start this way. This started off much different.
It looks like something that you found in your grandmother's attic, but I actually found it at a thrift store for $2.50, and I just saw that, okay, it doesn't have to look like an old piece of junk that you would normally just toss into a garage sale. It can be a cute little funky vase with the textures just by simply adding a coat of spray paint to it. And the great thing about this is different seasons, different holidays, you can just change out the color.
So cute. So do you sand it? Do you prep it? Anything before you spray paint?
I really like this spray paint. It's indoor, outdoor, and it has a built-in primer, and it seems to really grab the ceramic better than other ones. So I didn't prime any of these.
So cute.
When
Throw
I'm
a couple
working with
flowers
wood,
in, you're done.
Yeah, and you're done. And you have a nice little setup to enjoy.
Tell me this, I love this is a mason jar. One of our friends said she did this for a wedding with some blue colors, but how great is this for seasonal?
Yeah, just you can, two ways to do this. You can do spray paint, a coat on the outside and dip it in glitter, or you can even paint the inside of the glass if you want more of a glossy sheen feel.
So is the glitter adhered to like a wet spray paint?
I just did a adhesive spray and then a dip and then a sealer, and easy, and it took about 3 minutes, and it didn't cost me a dime except for this spray paint.
Cute teapot. Is this glitter spray? How do we glitter
this? This is one of my favorite products. It's called
Because what's
glitter.
your motto? You have glitter in your veins.
I have glitter in my veins, and anytime you see me, I'll probably be covered in glitter. But this is great, and it's not messy at all. Like the normal glitter, it just kind of flakes and falls. But this little spritz,
I love that.
gives a little glam to anything.
Look how cute this is for fall as well. Just chose a different color, still spray painted
Yes,
though.
still spray paint.
And we love baby's breath because we think it's cheap and it is a bedazzler.
It lasts a while.
Okay, now let's talk about this too, because this is just darling fabric that you literally used your pinking shears.
Yes, and you can do, I have a bunch of different fall favorites of mine. The chevron is really hot right now. What you can do, it takes literally no time at all.
No hemming, no stitching required.
So you can change out your table runners or your table placemats whenever you want. And it doesn't have to cost you more than that $7 for that yard of fabric that you purchased.
So cute. These are great ideas for fall home decorating. Take some things that you have around your house and make it work. Jessica, thanks so much for being here today. Up next on Studio 7, do you ever wonder if you should change your makeup color palette to match the season? Well, I do, and today we're getting some answers. The Style File is up next on Studio 7. Stay with us. You don't know you're beautiful. When you hear the term makeup trends, do you automatically think, nope, not for me, I'm not trendy? Well, you're in the right place today because our guest believes that your makeup should be personal and individual. In today's Style File, we're taking a look at some makeup ideas that are perfect for transitioning into fall. We're joined today by Ashley Rice. She is the owner of Let's Face It Makeup Studio in Midland. You've brought along some gorgeous models with us today. We're talking about some fall makeup ideas. A lot of people wonder, should we change the way we do our makeup as we move into a new season? Should we?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, you're changing your wardrobe. A lot of people darken their hair. They're not necessarily as tan or tanning. And so it's definitely beneficial to deepen the makeup, make it a little more romantic for the kind of more romantic fall tones. You see a lot of grays, blacks, plums.
And that's what we're doing today. So,
yes.
Laura, you did some plum shading.
I did. I used this plum palette. So if people, plum is not purple. There's a difference. Let me iterate that. Plum is different from purple. So you can see this palette here. This is a plum palette. And I went in and did the smoky plum on her, made it real soft. It's not a real heavy smoky eye.
It's gorgeous. It
yes.
makes her eyes pop.
It makes her eyes pop. It goes beautifully with her darker hair. A lot of people go darker this time of year. I cut in with a soft raspberry blush that I dusted on with this brush right here, which keeps a dark color going on softer. So if the blush color looks dark, it doesn't have to go on dark. And then did a really soft lip so that it wasn't too much.
It's just perfect.
You know.
It feels like fall. As we said, you're in fall colors. I mean, it really feels like we're transitioning to a new season.
It's beautiful.
It is. Okay, and then Brittany, gorgeous makeup. And we're talking about a red lip with Brittany.
Yes.
You say some people are a little nervous about a red lip, but it's about finding the right color for you.
Well, it is. There's all different shades of red. Brittany is wearing a crimson. I actually worked with Brittany for her wedding and talked her into wearing a red on her wedding day. And I was so proud of her because what is more classic than red?
Yes.
Her red is a deep crimson. So it's not as bright as some of the reds that are out there. So if you're intimidated by a red, this is the red to go with. Her makeup is very neutral. She has a very defined brow. She already has very dramatic lashes. So I didn't have to do a lot of eye makeup. The pop is on her lip, and then I dusted her with, again, a soft plum blush on the cheekbone. And they don't look overdone. I mean, you can wear this during the day. You can wear it at night.
Yeah. Now, speaking of red, you're our blonde model.
Yes.
So you've also got on a red, a little bit more of a cherry tone.
This is my cherry. This is very Maryland, very classic. I mean, you can't go wrong with this. And I like, when I go blonder in my hair, I like to wear a brighter cherry red. And it's a blue red, so actually a blue red is going to make your teeth look whiter. So it'll brighten your smile. Anything with a blue undertone on the lip will do that.
Yeah.
But I love my red.
It's gorgeous.
And I don't have to wear a lot of makeup with it.
Well, and that's the beauty.
Yeah.
You kind of let the lips do the talking. Yeah, that's a good
Yes.
thing. All right, Ashley has a Pinterest board called 50 Shades of Smoky. So be sure and check that out for some other ideas for how to make gorgeous eyes pop. Thank you so much for being with us. Lots for us to talk about. In the
I
coming weeks.
know. I'm so excited. It was fun.
Fall makeup ideas. There you go.
Fall presents so many fun family activities, and today we are on the move with our contributor Sharon Gaines to find some great ways to celebrate the season with your family. Sharon, thanks for being here with us. What do you have for us today?
Thanks for having me. If you have ever wanted to have a special family fun treat to the tune of Texas, then you have not lived a fall here if you haven't been at Fiddlesticks Farms. It is the most crazy, amazing place. Fiddlesticks Farms is only open in the fall, so you have just a short window of time to enjoy it, October and November. From now forward, they're open on Saturdays in November from 10 to 9, and there is just a long list of family fun things to do. I think they offer probably the best photo opportunities for your kids. There's hay rides, there's pumpkin patches, there's real farm animals, there is a giant tube slide, there's just all kinds of adventure for all ages, and it's very, very reasonably priced. If you're under 3, you're free. You can remember that because it rhymes.
We like free, yes.
Under 3, free. And if you're 4+, it's $10 with tax. Now, what's really great about Fiddlesticks Farms is that they offer group rates. So, like if you want to take your Boy Scout troop or your youth group or you want to have a birthday party, you can call and make arrangements in advance.
And the other thing I love about it is the corn maze. I mean, it is, you could get lost for hours, but that's good family bonding time.
It is. I've been and I was lost. It's a 10-acre corn maze, West Texas style. They have food that you can purchase. Come for scrumptious food.
How can you pass up scrumptious or whatever that is?
Scrumptious food, yes. It's not just a fun day for the kids, but it's a fun day for us grown-ups too.
It is.
Because sometimes you just need to let go and go do something, you know, totally different.
Sharon, thank you so much. Perfect idea for fall family fun. Thank you.
You're so very welcome.
When we come back on Studio 7, Jessica Phillips joins us. We're getting real, talking about how to stay focused as we move into the busiest time time of the year. You're going to fall into focus next on Studio 7. When October rolls around, we automatically start thinking ahead. You've got Halloween, then you've got Thanksgiving, and then you've got Christmas, and it can really be consuming. If you're not careful, it can also consume your sanity. But in this week's Getting Real, Jessica Phillips has some advice for how to fall into focus. Jessica, thanks so much for being here. This is a time of year when you can get frazzled if you're not careful.
Very easily and very quickly. And I think falling into focus, that doesn't sound like a lot of fun, but what's less fun is waking up December 26th and we're 7 pounds heavier, we're flat broke, we're dreading that credit card statement coming in, and we haven't connected with our families at all. And so we're fighting, or there's the silent treatment, and you're just kind of sad about the way it all played out.
Yeah, but if you take a little time to plan and sort of make some decisions ahead of time, you might be able to avert that. And the first thing you say is take a look at our finances.
Yes, start with your finances. And I say if you're married and you have a family, sit down together and create a budget for your Christmas, your holiday spending. Decide what you're going to spend on gifts for your family. Gift exchanges, man, that's what gets us so often is those Christmas parties we go to and there's gift exchanges. So start a budget. If you need to make it official, everybody sign it and agree to it. If you have kids who are old enough to be part of the spending process, let them agree to it and understand what's happening. And then as you begin spending, pick a drawer in your house. In our house,
I love this idea, yes.
this is where we pick a drawer and we drop our receipts. We write our name on the receipt and we appoint someone as the family accountant to add up those receipts every week and let us know who has spent what and how much more we have to spend. And so then we can also create a goal, like if we underspend or if we come in right at the budget, that we reward our family with maybe it's a steak dinner or it's a movie night or something that we reward our families and ourselves for really sticking to that budget.
That's so smart. Okay, the second thing you say is focus on your time. Be purposeful.
Yes, I always say that we can spend time on lesser things, and these are things that aren't necessarily bad, but they're not the best things. So invest your time in the best things. Definitely do those parties with your adult friends and have fun and connect. But also take time for your family. Take time for your spouse. Create a special date night and a family night where you pop popcorn at home and you curl up on the couch and you watch a movie together, so that once the holidays are over, that you look back and it's not a blur, that you have those special moments you can pick out where you connected with the people that you love the most.
And the other piece of advice that we probably need to get on right now is figure out what you're going to do for the holidays. Are you with the in-laws?
Yes.
Make the plan clear so there's no last-minute drama.
Yes, Brad and I have never worked that out until this year. And we really put a plan in place. And all the other years there was tension building to the holidays for us. And so this year we are excited because we know what the plan is and we're going into it as a team and together and on the same page, and the whole family's in on it. And so everybody feels like they know where they're going to be, what they're supposed to bring, what they're responsible for. And it makes even the person like me who's kind of flighty, it makes me feel better about what's coming.
You're in control.
I'm in control.
Last thing, this is hard for me. Focus on your health. If we're in any healthy habits right now, it's so easy to blow at Christmas.
It's so easy. And this is my biggest struggle because I still want to eat like I did when I was 22, but my hips didn't pay the price when I was 22. I'm not there anymore. I'm in my mid-30s. And so it matters. I have to keep working out every day, and I have to keep watching that food intake and recognizing that when there's a plate of food in the break room at work, that cookie counted. Like that added to your caloric intake.
It's such a buzzkill.
It's a buzzkill.
In moderation. You know, you have fun in moderation.
Moderation. So just be careful about what you're eating and keep working out. Even if you're just walking a mile a day, just do something, add to your health, and get sleep. Get sleep. That will add to your health, because if you're not sleeping, you're going to make poor food choices and your body's going to suffer. So get some sleep.
Jessica, thank you so much. Fall into focus. We appreciate your information. Still ahead on Studio 7, what's on the menu this week? Trust me when I tell you, you do not want to change the channel today, because we're cooking up a meal that is so easy yet so unique and delicious, your entire family will devour it. Our Kiss the Cook is up next on Studio 7. Stay with us. Coming up next week on Studio 7.
What are the hottest fashion trends this fall? We'll show you some ideas that are comfortable and chic, perfect for real women. Want to preserve some of those treasured memories you share with your closest friends? We'll have some tips. And we're getting real with a frank discussion about the role that our friends play in our lives.
It's all coming up next Monday right here on Studio 7. Today's edition of Kiss the Cook is a real treat for all of us. Our guest today is one of the best cooks and caterers in all of West Texas, and the meal we're planning is easy and family friendly. It's time for Kiss the Cook here on Studio 7. Our guest today is Renee Elford, and we are making Korean short rib tacos. Now, this actually has a great story, this recipe. It has to do with your family and your daughter, who is as good a cook as you are, and that's saying a lot.
Well, that's exciting. Shelby was a little girl when we had a little restaurant named Look Who's Cooking. And now that she's grown, she has her own blog, and it's called Look Who's Cooking Now. And this is a recipe that she prepared and became very popular on her blog. And the Pioneer Woman, Ree Drummond, actually picked it up and featured it on her blog. And it has a lot of great reviews, so I'm excited for you to try it.
That's a huge deal that it was on the Pioneer Woman.
I know,
I know.
know.
You're one of my favorite. I mean, you're home to cook in your kitchen, so this is going to be very exciting. And I always ask really silly questions, so you just tell me when I don't know what I'm doing.
That's the fun thing about cooking is that you don't have to worry about making mistakes. You can always fix something. You can turn it into your own recipe, so we'll be good.
You can. I don't know that I can. Okay,
You'll
walk
be
me
great.
through it.
Okay, this recipe is really great because it has less than 10 ingredients in it. So
Okay.
I've got them listed here, and this is just a short ribs. You can buy them with the bone in or bone out. You can get them. I got these at Albertsons. So you just tell them you want short ribs. It's just a beef short rib.
Do you have to ask the butcher to do it, or is it usually out on
A
display?
lot of times they have them out and they're bone in, which is perfectly fine. I just prefer the boneless, which I did call ahead and tell them I was getting boneless just because it's easier to shred after it's done.
Okay.
And so you have I prepared these the night before. You just get your crock pot, put your ribs in there, and then it has rice wine vinegar, a little bit of sesame oil, brown sugar, fresh garlic, fresh ginger, cracked pepper, and soy sauce. And you just mix it together, put it all in here, put it in the refrigerator. The next day before you go to work, stick it on your crock pot for 6 or 7 hours, and when you get home, it's ready.
And it smells the way your house smells right now.
Yeah.
Amazing.
It's great.
So that's how simple. So put the meat in, pour all that stuff
Pour
over
all that
it?
stuff over it, put it in the refrigerator, and when you get home that night, you can just toss it together.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
And now
okay,
this.
so I've got one. I put this in, and this is the meat that I've already, that's already been cooked. And when you take the meat out, you just simply shred it and see it falls apart. What I did was I took the meat out of the pot, and I took the sauce and I put it in a saucepan and put it on and let it simmer for about 30 or 40 minutes, and it thickened up a little bit.
Okay, 30 minutes, 30 to 40. Okay.
Yes, and then I put about a half a cup and mixed it with my meat, and then we'll use the rest. I'm going to pour it in here that we'll put on top of our taco when it's done. And then it is served with a cucumber sauce. I'm going to let you go to work and you can do this.
Great, okay. I can do this. You said
Yes,
so.
you can do this. Okay. This is just a cucumber that I've taken and matchsticked, and I used the English cucumbers. The only reason I use those, you can use any kind of cucumber, but I use the English because they're seedless, so you don't have to worry about the seeds.
I love that.
Okay.
I never knew that. Okay.
So you just take it, slice it, make it a little matchstick, take a fresh carrot.
So let me show these.
Yes.
This is little matchstick. So
It's a little
just
matchstick.
a thin,
Just a little thin slice. And then I took a carrot and grated it. I've got everything together here for you, so what you need to do is put this is rice wine vinegar.
Okay.
Little bit of sugar, and this is your salt and pepper flakes, so you can mix it together in there.
Okay, I love these tiny little jars.
I
Okay.
know, aren't they fun?
And this is sugar.
This is a little bit of sugar, a teaspoon of sugar, and that's just a pinch of sea salt and red pepper flakes. So you can mix that up.
Okay, use the fork. Look at me mixing.
You're doing such a good job.
So good.
And this is my favorite tool of all
You've told me that before.
I've told you this
What is
before.
it?
This is just I really don't know what it's called. I call it a scraper.
Okay.
But it is awesome. I use it every day when I cook. So gather all this up
Okay,
and
I'm doing
put it in
right?
your bowl.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Just mix them together?
Just toss it all in there. Yes.
Okay. How's that?
That looks great. And then you'll pour your little sauce over it and just kind of toss it up with your fork a little bit.
Okay. And this is a slaw.
That's just a real quick little slaw that we're going to put on our taco. These are flour tortillas. it's kind of unusual that you're having a flour tortilla with a Korean meal, but it's really, really good. Okay,
And one of
so-
the things I also love about you is the presentation for you is just as important as the meal.
It
You have
is.
such a gift
People
for
eat
making
with their,
it look nice.
People eat with their eyes, so if something looks really appetizing and looks really pretty, well then obviously they'll be a lot more enjoyable, I think.
It's a special
So-
moment. It makes it a special
That's right. Okay, so we're just going to take our taco and put a little bit of the meat here in the middle. Now put a little bit of your slaw on
Okay,
top.
my slaw. I made this.
Of your slaw, you
made
did so good. That
Okay.
looks good.
Perfect.
And then
the
we'll
sauce.
take a little bit of our sauce. And you can top it with a little bit of cilantro. And there you go.
Okay, here we go. Sorry, y'all, I'm tasting it. Here we go.
Gotta give us a taste. Give us your opinion. Good. And this would be a great thing to serve in the evening. I wouldn't serve anything with it, but maybe a little sliced fruit. Keep it really simple. You might try like a little sliced mango or a little sliced papaya with a little fresh lime juice on it, and you've got a good, and it's really a healthy meal.
Oh, Renee, that is so good. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Finally today, it's 5 things we love. Nothing is off limits as we highlight random things you just can't live without.
One of the things that I love is taking pictures on Instagram, like this one at Prada Marfa, which is totally better than Whitney.
Pickle pops are my favorite thing. They're also known as pickles.
Something I love right now is a pop of color. I like to wear contrasting earrings. It's my go-to thing right now.
Well, one of my favorite things to do is to do handstands and take pictures of them and post them on Instagram. Because obviously, mine's totally better than Buddy's.
One thing I love and can't make it through the day without is my Monster Energy drink.
Thank you so much for joining us this week on Studio 7. We hope you were inspired, we hope you had some fun, and most of all, we hope you'll make an appointment to come back every Monday at 4:30. If you have questions or ideas about the show, visit us on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, and check back throughout the week for daily inspiration. And we'll be giving away a brand new iPhone 5 to one lucky viewer. Just like our Studio 7 Facebook page, and you might be the winner. You can find a link for all of that at cbs7.com. Our very special thank you to Janet and Lonnie Lawrence for allowing us to use their beautiful home as our set this week. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next week.